Hey folks, this is your old pal, Uncle. I had a special request from Steve from Corsair Trainers. Please check out his channel, it's really good. Now, a lot of you guys don't realize we had two active volcanoes in the last 30 or 40 years ago. I'm dating myself. Okay, we had Mount St. Helens and we had Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines. Now, I'm not supposed to say this, but I dealt with both. And first one was Mount St. Helens. We moved a lot of KCs and a lot of B-52s and a lot of the N-word type of weapons all over the place on the West Coast. So it scared the crap out of me. This is why I know there's a radioactive box canyon between me and Steve and the Grapevine, and a lot of people didn't know that. In the old days, that's where the Navy used to dump all their medium level to low level nuclear waste, and they moved it. Thank God. But it's still radioactive because the county of LA, stupid county of LA, used it for hospital radioactive waste. So it's still radioactive. It's in the EPA files as one of the toxic sites, and it's within 75 miles of LA or less. I can't remember. I have brain damage. So Steve asked me about Mount Pinatubo, and it was mostly, I was there, it was moving stuff from Clark Air Force Base, if anybody remembers that base. Okay, and then I think I went to Anderson Base. I'm not too sure because my memory's like blah, 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 blah. Okay, now Pinatubo is not a wide volcano. It's kind of flat and it had a piastic flow. Instead of going straight up, it flows to the ground. We were at the edge of it. That scared the crud out of me. And also, that's how I got to Article 15s. Lost my stripes, made tech, lost that. Lost my staff sergeant, went back to sergeant, went back to A1C, that's like a corporal, back to sergeant, all in about a week's time. Okay, our job was to get scientists. I think it was National Geographic, because they found out I got filmed, and that's first Article 15, and that stuck, and that hurt because I lost my tech ranking, and I went from that level, E series, down to sergeant series, which was, I can't remember, but Steve should know. And that really made me mad. Okay, and then I ended up in Nevada. That's even worse. Okay, first thing in that kind of ash flow, don't go outside. If you're going outside, wear protective gear. We had ponchos, and we also had the old hog jowl and the old new kind of gas mask they were doing in 92, which totally, in the Philippines, and that thing totally messed up because we couldn't get to work. And we had to use the old hog jowls. Those, it's like a riot control mask, and Steve knows what I'm talking about. And we were using MBC filters in that one because the regular riot control filters clogged up in 30 minutes because of the moisture in the air. Okay, I was not happy. Okay, and some of this stuff, I'm not going to talk about what I was doing over at that base, but my job was go through hazardous material, rescue these idiot scientists, try not to get filmed. Unfortunately, I got filmed. I think there's a videotape on volcanoes of me yelling at people, wearing a beret and sunglasses, yelling at people on the back of a pickup truck, yelling at people move their damn equipment in four-letter words, four-letter words, four-letter words, four-letter words, something with my combat boot going up their butt. Okay, I was not happy. I didn't sleep for the next 3 or 2 days. No sleep. Now, a lot of people, you don't understand. If you're a sergeant or tech sergeant, staff sergeant, you do work. You're not a butter bar, and you're not those guys like, oh, we're helping you, we want to chat. No, you're dead tired. You're smoking like 2 to 3 packs of unfiltered Camels, and you got this young person coming up to you and asking you all sorts of weird questions. And it's like, go away. It's like, you know, you want to light up your smoke, drink some coffee black, and try to handle the situation. Okay, now, one thing, do not run. Let's see, I wrote this down. This is for my friends in the Philippines. Taal, it's volcano. Yeah, it's one of the 53 volcanoes in the Philippines. There's 13 dead, 40 active. That's anywhere under the sea on the Philippines. I mean, the Philippines is covered with volcanoes, okay? You take your choice. And it's also the most heavily populated world, where they're having the evacuation zone, which is about 17 kilometers. That's about 10.5 miles. Yeah, remember that. Away from the volcano. It's a beautiful sight. It's a volcano on a lake, on a bigger volcano. Only problem is the little volcano is active, okay? And it's in an old caldera. So you remember Mount St. Helens? Well, think that 100 times worse, all right? And it's near populated areas. Right on that lake is a big town. 90,000 people in that area can be affected, can be snuffed out like that, okay? It's constantly, since I think 1960, somebody check on that. Uncle Alan's brains are not working too well. 1960, that volcano, Taal, Taal, that's T like in Tom, two A's like Adam, and L, volcano. It's not a very big volcano. It's a weird volcano. It's kind of small. It's on Luban. I think it's Luban. Uncle Alan, brain's not working. It's about 90 miles away from Manila. So you got to be damn careful. All right. If the wind changes, everybody in Manila has to boogie out. All right. Last time it blew up like nuts was about, I think, like 1754. That's when the Spanish was there. And that blew up for 7 months. Okay. Anything around that area, you got ash you would not believe. You get killed by flying boulders. It'll screw up the whole terrain. So best thing to do is run. Okay? Oh, and about air travel. People ask me, well, can they fly jets? No, because what it does, that ash and gas will solidify the turbines into glass. Okay? And your plane goes into the ocean and you die. Turboprops don't work. Same thing. It's the old prop-driven Cessnas that could go through that because you fit them with special filters. And that only gives you 30 minutes of flight within that airspace. 30 minutes. So I wouldn't be screwing around. This one's a long one because people are stupid. I have to agree with Steve. Okay? It disrupts domestic and international travel. So if you think you're going to escape by plane, think again. Also, if you're using any kind of automotive or vehicle, think again. It has to be fitted out with special filters. Again, your engine will turn to glass. That ash is sulfuric, has a positive charge, and will turn inside your carburetor at the time into your air intake, into glass, and your engine's totally kaput. So that air filter has to be protective. And we used to do the snorkel. You see the weird trucks sometimes, or we put the extra big filter on top of it. And we carried extras in the trucks when we were evacuating the National Geographic's volcano team, who would say, can't we stay another 20 minutes? No, you get the hell out of there. All right? We were picking up everybody who was in our way. You want to see hell? You rent that video out. Okay? I still get the shakes. Thanks, Steve. You're going to give me PSTHD again. All right? If you can, about 15 miles away, go stay with friends, relatives, 15 miles away from the volcano site. And stay there until it settles down. Make sure you've got all your important papers. Make sure you've got all your finances Get the hell out of there. Don't care about the sofa. Don't care about the family album. Get the hell out of there. Okay? That could be replaced. You can't. Your kids can't. So get the hell out of there. 2, I'm really adamant about it. You ever wear a poncho and a mask in the Philippines, gas mask, in the Philippines and try to breathe? It sucks. Okay? High humidity and you're sweating to death. Some days I just say, screw it, I wear a bandana. That's why I cough a lot. It's not from smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day. Okay, it's from those blasts. Mount St. Helens, I can't talk about it because I think I still got paperwork on that one. Mount Pinatubo, that was another thing because at that time I wasn't with that command and I wasn't supposed to be there. So nobody knows what I was doing. I think I was chartered out. Can't remember. But anyway, I'm tired and it's like, hey, okay, this is going to be a long one. This is important for you guys in the Philippines. Do not wash anything with water. First, brush. I do mean it. Take a brush, this kind of brush everything off. Okay, your face, your hands, everything. Do not use water. The ash has sulfuric acid. I've seen people who thought, oh, I'll just pour some water on me and get rid of the ash. Or turn to screaming kooks. All right? Luckily, I had a big box of baking soda and doused them. I yelled at everybody in Italian, Spanish, I think Japanese and American. Brush off first. And I checked them. You do not wash with water. All right? Brush everything off. And it was also hell of a time because I had to make sure everybody didn't clean their weapons until they brushed everything off, including ammo. Okay? But you get face masks. You want this type. If you can't get the N95, yes, I know they make better face masks. I use them too. All right? It's a heavier duty industrial grade, whatchamacallit, double-ended mask. I had that. Luckily, I knew what I was doing because of crop dusting as a kid. Dust the fields from a tractor, not from repelling kids. So I know where to get it, and I got it. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't understand. Oh, you're going to go farming? But I thought you were in the military. Shut up. Grabbed it, grabbed all the cartridges. Those cartridges only last 3 hours. Okay, so you have to change them all the time. And I used a really heavy one. Back then it was like aluminum, and you had to change them constantly. It had carbon, it had paper, it had the filter, I think asbestos, I can't remember. That's why I'm coughing all of that. It could be glass wool. But it stopped any ash from coming in, okay? If you can't get that, get this piece of, make sure everybody in your family has 2 days worth. Okay, that's about 3 to 4 packs. All right, now I know some jerks over there, every time a volcano happens, they'll charge these. These normally run about 30 to 20 pesos. They'll charge up to 200 pesos for that. So yeah, start remembering things, okay? So make sure you get face masks, either the industrial type for you, and you get these for your family. Because on the industrial ones, you cannot screw around with those. You can suffocate fairly easy with the industrial ones. So you get them this or that new modern one that, whatchamacallit, Southern Ohio Prepping was talking about. That's a pretty good one. I'm sorry this is long because it makes me emotional. Okay? If you do go outside or you're trying to escape, construction bag. Okay? Heavy duty 55-gallon drum. Easy as pie. I carry a bunch of these. Why? You poke a hole on the bottom, big enough to go through your head, make 2 arm slots. That gives you cover if you don't have a poncho. Okay, a lot of scientists were mad when I put them in this, and a lot of them refused, and a lot of them had to get decontaminated from the ash. Simple, basic knowledge. Don't screw yourself. So you get these so you don't get covered with the dust. The ash will burn. In some cases, will kill you if you do it wrong. Okay? You don't cover the whole head. You cut an opening and it fits right underneath. All right? It's like a giant condom. Get it through your little heads. All right? You can buy 1 mil ply. Okay, if it's not a bad blast and it's raining ash, you buy ply and seal up your house. Only bad thing is we're going to cover this. I prefer 3-ply, but this will use 1-ply, 2-ply, 3-ply. Prefer 8-ply, but 3-ply and 1-ply will work. Just double it up. Okay. Under any circumstances, do not run the AC, air conditioner. I don't care if it's a wall unit, outside unit, do not run it. A lot of you guys don't know how to set up a sealed room with a proper intake box. Intake box will filter all the ashes, all right? One of these days, if I have the right crew and camera, I will show you how to do it. And you take 2 box fans, all right? They draw in cool air into your house, pressurize it, all right? And you have the exhaust blowing out anything you didn't seal up good enough with this. A lot of people don't understand this thing. I have to repeat it so many times that it makes Uncle Alan hoarse like hell. Again, you want a fire extinguisher because some idiot in your group will turn on the AC on it. You know what's going to happen? Within 5 minutes, all that glass particles, all that sulfuric ash will gang up and boom, your AC on fire. Okay, that's loads of fun if you have valuable scientific equipment and you're yelling at Harvard educated or Colorado educated people to get the hell out of there. Okay, so you don't run the AC and you make sure you have a fire extinguisher there. If you do seal up the house, make sure you have a pressurized system. In other words, it draws in clean air, pressurize the house so you don't get the bad air from outside. Ask Gil of Camp Patton's family compound on this. Uncle Alan's getting tired and I can't remember all this stuff when I'm making one of those gizmos. Because I think I saw it on FEMA. Okay? If the authorities, people in suits with guns, tell you to evacuate, don't hesitate. All right? I get mad as hell when I have people argue with me saying they don't want to leave. No, you get in the truck, you leave your equipment. If you need equipment, wrap it up, get the hell out of there. All right? Do what the authority says. Do not stay there. Oh, we could hunker down and we could bug in. No. There's a volcano out there. There's a wall of water coming down. There's a forest fire raging. You get the hell out of there. Okay? Don't argue with them. They tell you it's time to leave. Follow their instruction. Get out. Look at those people in Australia. You don't want to be sitting around the house like, 30 million acres are burning in. We'll just sit here at the house. Yeah, if you're in direct path, get out. Don't wait until the last minute. Leave. Okay? If possible, buy face masks and sheets and duct tape and what else for others in your area. All right? This is for Taal, T-A-L, tired. The mountain that's blowing up in the Philippines, the volcano. Okay, you buy this stuff And this stuff, if you want to help people in the Philippines, send them a bunch of these to there. Okay? Make sure you have a supply of bottled water. Not the little bottles, the big liter bottles. All right? Do not wash yourself until you're fully decontaminated with a brush. I tell you, it gives me a headache. I did so much paperwork, and the bad thing about that is I had to use carbon paper and a manual typewriter. I did get an electric typewriter at Anderson, but I was there pounding keys until my fingers bleed. Okay, I had to fill out reports, and we're using carbon paper and no copier is not fun. Okay, stock up on any essential medication, food, baby formula. If you have dependents or you have people, if they're old, young, doesn't matter, make sure you have those. You want to get their essential medications. You want to make sure they have edible food that can easily digest. And make sure you have baby formulas, baby wipes, and diapers. Avoid going outside if you're in the evacuation zone or that. Be sure you have protection. Okay? And make sure if you have a poncho, wear a poncho, and make sure you wear a face mask. If you have goggles, wear that. All right? Be ready to help elderly or any sick people who are trying to evacuate. All right? So you're living there. It's not a very big flow. One I handled was a big flow. We had to get out of there because when I came back to look at Clark, Clark was buried under 5 feet of ash. Not fun. It's also funnier when we also had another problem. We had to worry about guerrillas and rebels. And that was another fun thing at Clark Air Force Base. We found them. They had their acetylene torch and they had their bolt cutters. We found them lying there with wet towels around their face, deader than a doornail. When that ash hits and you're out there for a long time, oh, we could break in, we'll get their machine guns and aircraft and A-bombs and all sorts of good stuff. No, they died. All right? So don't be stupid. Get the hell out of there. All right? Like I said, be ready to help elderly or sick people. Leave. Do not stick around. If you have to stick around, like it's say a light flow or light dusting, be on alert. Have your head on the swivel. Do not screw around like, oh, we can survive this. We'll just move down to Annie M's house. Okay? If it's in the flow's path, all right, this is not the lava. Lava doesn't kill people unless you're in Hawaii, but no, it's the flow of materials, hot gases, ashes, rocks, you name it. And you're in that path, you die, period. Okay? And this was a VR for all those people in the Philippines. I hope you listen to this, and I hope you're all right. God, I'm praying for you. Because every volcano is different. I did 2. I wouldn't be sticking around for this one. Because this one is unknown. Means we don't know what's going to affect. Would it go full blown like in 1754? Okay? For 7 months it just blasted away. And a lot of those people didn't live until about 33 or 40 or 50. And then they died. Not because of the heat or falling rocks. From being scarred up and coughing all the time. You get really ill and die after your lungs get scarred up. Like tuberculosis, pneumonia. You die. Got it? So make sure if you can, if you know people there in the Philippines, send them a whole bunch of these. Okay, folks. I'll catch you later. Let's thank Bob the Metal Guy. And also thank Steve of Corsair Trainer. Go check out his volcanic stuff. He has a whole section. It's in his playlist. Go check it out. It's very good. I do recommend it. And when they say to evacuate, don't argue with people. All right, they're very busy. They're not there for sightseeing or we could bug out here. No, they're there to get you out of there because they're not going to come back. Maybe in about 5 months, and when they find your bodies like that. Okay, so when they tell you to leave, leave. Catch you later, folks.